Hey, good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is another curve flattening concert, number 746. And on YouTube, I see Keith Shaw and is it Filthy Phil? That's my friend Evan, and he's sending Becky the link. Evan and Becky walk in the park and see Charlie every morning, some mornings. And Dave Van Allen is here on YouTube. On Facebook, we have Slim Edelman and Rhonda Scott Merrick and Charlie Bryant and Audrey Bernheimer and Brad Meyer. He made it on. I was just texting with my old friend Brad earlier today. And Bob McKenna and Marlene Burke, Linda Worster, Aretta and Ron, Donna Greenberg, Warren and Janelle, Mike Schnabel, David Arthur Radcliffe over there in the UK, and Carol Pratt out there in Mentor, Ohio. So good to see you all here. Already a big crowd, so I will not delay. I will clunk you. So here's the clankophonic mug, and I clunk you in good fellowship and hopes for a democracy. And I have a couple pictures for you today. Evan will appreciate these. This is Charlie the dog, taken yesterday on one of his many benches. Charlie visits all the benches he can get to because he gets treats. And then next to him is his dear girlfriend, Maxie. And we're sending good wishes out to Maxie today. Maxie has some kind of irritation on her paw, and she's been having a really rough time. You can see the concern on her face there. And she has a vet's appointment tomorrow morning. But until then, they're just trying to put a sock over her little foot and bind it so that she can't chew it off. And there she is. She's a sweet little girl, if a sometimes passive-aggressive one. And we hope that she is feeling better soon. And along those lines, I took these pictures yesterday, and I took them to send to my good friend Deb Leiby Clark, who just had an emergency appendectomy the other night. And Deb is probably on her way home from the hospital right now, but we wish her a rapid recovery because she's a really good person, also responsible for a lot of the good photos of me that you may see with Charlie, okay? And so Amy Roach is here, and Lori Payne, and Linda Pasqua Blaze, and Ken Nashif, and Donna Bergman, and Pam Zappardino, and Mike Verbeek, and Jeanette Pasqua, and lots of folks. So we will get down to it. And Bernd Bookman is here from Germany. So Michael Tierson out there in New Jersey, and Frank Mato in Euclid, Ohio, the land of my upbringing. And so this first one is Rhonda Scott Merrick's request. And I see Donna Zach Beal is here too. This is an old song from the 30s, which is taking on new meaning today. If you watch the news and see how veterans' affairs are being, veteran benefits are being destroyed by the Trump administration. So this one is, I think, Yip Harburg. And who's the other one? His partner in crime on this one. Anyhow, take it to heart. They used to tell me I was building a dream, and so I followed the mob. When there was earth to plow or guns to bear, I was always there on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream with peace and glory ahead. So why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread? Once I built a railroad, I made it run. I made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower way up to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, well, gee, we looked swell, full of all that Yankee doodle-dee-dum. 500,000 boots went slogging through hell, and I was the kid with the drum. Say, don't you remember they called me Al? It was Al all the time. Say, don't you remember I was your pal? Buddy, can you spare a dime? Brother, can you spare a dime? Yip Harburg and somebody, Carol Pred. Who was the other one who wrote that? And I see my buddy Jim Greco from Kent State Days is here. And Denny Oliver, also from Kent. And Donna Greenberg. And Robin Gray. And Jill Chernick, my sister-in-law. And hope you're doing well, Jill. And Dave Fry of Godfrey Daniels Coffee House in beautiful Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Michael Miller is here from North Carolina. Mike Verbeek is out there in the Pittsburgh area usually. And okay, so we will proceed onwards. So this next one was a request by Carol Pred and Jimmy Van Heusen, if I remember correctly. And it's Here's That Rainy Day. Here's That Rainy Day by Bobby Troup, who was a drummer, a songwriter, an actor. He was on, was it Emergency? He and his wife, Julie London. And I see my dear friend Carol Beatty is here, and she's down at the shore where she has a condo. And I saw somebody else, Amy Farabee. Amy Farabee's down there in Virginia or North Carolina, somewhere in that area. And Jeff Blumenthal is here. Hi, Jeff. Pam Zappardino, I think I said hi too. So good to see you all here today. I'm going to do one more before we do announcements, and then I'll do three more after that. And Bunny Barnes is here. She's on her way to the airport to go perform at the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society in Nashville, Tennessee. I performed at that event a few times back in the OOs, and but not for a while. And Brad Meyer says, I thought Julie London was married to Jack Webb. I don't know. She might have been married to both of them, one after the other. I could be totally wrong about that, Brad. Somebody will go to Mr. Google and find out for us. And so Warren Bendler and Janelle have just come back from their, I guess, second annual trip on Route 66. And so they thought it would be nice to hear that song. Well, if you ever plan to travel west, take my way, that's the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it runs from Chicago to L.A., over 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it's down to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri. Oklahoma City looks oh so pretty. You'll see Amarillo and Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, and San Bernardino. If you get hip to my timely tip when you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it's down to St. Louis and then Joplin, Missouri. Oklahoma City looks oh so pretty. You'll see Amarillo and Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona. If you get hip to my timely tip when you take that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 60. Get your kicks on Route 66. Route 66, Bobby Troup, who was married to somebody, I don't see any quick answers on there, so I will have to check back later. Um, so the announcements for today. First of all, the guitars. This guitar was built by the Pre-War Guitars Company of Hillsborough, North Carolina, and it is a very accurate copy of an early 30s Martin guitar. And that was, the 30s were considered kind of the golden era of American lutherie. So if you can make a guitar that sounds and looks like one of those guitars, you got something, and these guys got something. I will also be using my Martin OM18 later in the show. It's sitting right here. And this is part of the Martin Authentic series. You can see the actual Martin name up there on the headstock. This is based on a guitar that was built in 1933. And it's mahogany back and sides with an Adirondack spruce top and ebony fingerboard. Very, very lovely guitar. And we will bring it up for the last song, which is in drop D tuning. There is a PayPal link here as always if you'd like to leave a little something. And there are some people who are invisible on my feed, but you may be able to see them. And they might include George Young of Winter Garden, Florida. And it could also include Judith Fox of Reston, Virginia. Judith is an old dear friend of mine for 45 years. And Joel Biget over there in France stops in rarely anymore, but he's still invisible, so I still say hi. And Mario Prue, who's the great guitar builder from Iroquois Falls, Ontario in Canada. And I see we have an answer, Bob McKenna. Julie London, married to Jack Webb, 46 to 53, and Bobby Troop, 59 to 99. So she lasted longer with Bobby Troop. And and I have my friend Michael Tierson, who I think was on here earlier. I think I said hi to him. Sent me a totally obscene recording by Julie London that is, I guess, an underground classic, but I cannot share it with you here. And I see some other names popping up here. Let me say some more hellos. So S. Kowalczyk, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. If I know you, tell me what your first name is. And I see Connie Copy is here, and I saw Connie up at Old Songs last week. She was up there. And Tom Dietz is here. And I think that's it. Okay. And Warren and Janelle say, yeah, Bobby won. Yeah, Bobby had many more years with Julie London, although not her youngest years. So it is what it is. I think I need a little more coffee. So the schedule, this Wednesday in Philadelphia, if you are in Philadelphia, you might come out to the Germantown area. I will be performing live for a political event put on by We the People Wednesdays. And let me see if I can remember their website right here. I might still have it on my page somewhere. And if not, I will get it there. So it is wethepeopleweds.org, and that is all lowercase, no punctuation. No spaces. wethepeopleweds.org, and you can go on there. I'm not sure our friend Ann has the information up, but it will tell you things about that series in general, and the lyrics to I'm actually doing a couple sing-alongs, which is very rare for me, but the lyrics to them will be up on that page too. Okay. Hi, Michael is still here, Michael Tierson. We won't mention that that Julie London piece again. So that is this Wednesday. And that means that I will not be doing, and that's at 4 in the afternoon, so I won't be doing my concert at 3. I'm going to do the concert taking a page from my buddy Cozy, Wednesday's concert will be at 10:30 a.m. We'll still do it, but it'll be at 10:30 a.m. And then after that, I will be on the road for a week because I'll be going to Sam W., which is the next thing on my list, Summer Acoustic Music Week in New Hampshire from July 13th through the 19th. So the 13th is a Sunday. I'll be traveling that day, so no concert then. And then I'll be back the following Sunday, which will be the 20th. I should be back by then. And I said earlier that we wish our recoveries to Deborah Libby Clark and to Maxie the mini burner doodle. And the schedule right now, I'm on right now. I don't know who's on Monday. Cozy and Charlie will be on Tuesday morning at 10:30, according to their previous concert. And I will be back Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Put it on your calendar. And I think that's everything, and I can get back to playing music again. So next up, I see Sue Lewandowski, my other sister-in-law. There's just a ton of sister-in-laws here. And they're here at just the right time because their sister, Janice McKenzie, was the love of my life and the dearest person to me for 37 years that we were together. And Janice passed away in 2020 during the middle of the pandemic. And this is an instrumental I wrote for Janie. So it's called Janie's Day. And sometimes I can't play it because it's too hard. And sometimes I get to play it and feel good about Jan. Here we go. Jannie's Day, written for Jannie's birth month one year. And that was requested by Kit Serikaku. And my good friend Sharon Saki Lips, a.k.a. Sharon Lee, just checked in and said, "This is so Jan." And good, I hope so. And Debbie Daniels is here. See if I'm missing anything. I think I said hi to Ken Nashif. Ken said 10:30 here is 7:30 on the left coast. Yes, it's 7:30 is like late in the day for Charlie. So, you know, my Charlie. I don't know about Charlie Bryant. And on we go. So next up, my friend Marlene Burke, who is a former acupuncture student of mine and now has for many years been an acupuncturist herself, living a life, the great life of doing good in the world. And she requested this one. I've never played it that I can think of until yesterday, so I thought I'd work it up. And it's not a hard tune to play, but it's kind of sweet. It's called My Blue Heaven, and Jim Moran is here. My Blue Heaven. And I don't know who wrote that one. That's kind of not exactly jazz, more Tin Pan Alley, like maybe from the early part of the 20th century. And we'll put the pre-war guitar down, and we will pick up the Martin. And as many of you, as I've told many of you before, when I play in drop D tuning, where your D string is tuned down, the Martin has such a nice, rich bass. Of course, here I'm capoing at the second fret, which totally undoes that. But I still like the sound of the Martin. Hear that? So, this last one was a request, I think, from Mike Miller, asked for something by Fred Neil. And I love Fred Neil, his music. And there's a wonderful book written by a guy who's in Nashville now. And like Jim Moran, he was part-time in Nashville and part-time in Cleveland for a long time, I think. And his name is slipping my mind right now. But the book is called That's the Bag I'm In. And it's the biography of Fred Neil, who was a pretty mysterious character to a lot of us, and some of the reasons for that mystery are revealed in this book. It's a wonderful, well-researched biography, and there's even a picture of Steve Mann in it backing up Fred Neil, which it was my pleasure to inform the author that that's who it was. He had him listed as unknown guitarist. And this is Michael Tierson said Fred Neil was his request. Good man, Michael. Thank you for that. And this song has a lot more depth than is there on the surface. This old world won't ever change the way that it's been, and all the ways of war change it back again. I've been searching for the dolphins in the sea. Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? I'm not the one to tell the world how to get along. I only know that peace will come when all hate is gone. I've been searching for the dolphins in the sea. Sometimes I wonder if you ever think of me. Sometimes I think about Saturday's child and all about the time when we were running wild. I've been searching for the dolphins in the sea. Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? This old world won't ever change. This old world won't ever change. This old world won't ever change. Dolphins. And Jim Moran knew Peter Neff. I don't think it's Lee. I think it's Peter something else Neff. But he's the guy who wrote that lovely biography of Fred Neil, and he's a great guy. I had a lot of conversations with him over the years after I hipped him to Steve Mann. Anyhow, I think that's it for today. Let me see if I'm missing any last-minute check-ins. Ruth Conway. Thanks for stopping by, Ruth. And I think I got everyone else. So if you can make it on Wednesday, if you're in Philly, come on out. It's at the Allens Lane train station and at 4 o'clock. And I'll probably do 3 songs, just like I do here usually. And then there will be a speaker. And the speaker this week is the principal of a local school who will talk about the cuts which are being made to education as a result of the maggot regime. And then I'll do a last song as a sing-along, and we will all go home and pledge ourselves to try to make the world a better place. So I think I'm going to switch back to my pre-war here for the mantra. And somebody said they loved the bossa nova sound. I think it might have been Marlene, but I'm not sure. And so I'll do another. So be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind. It's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. If you get cranky, take a nap. Have a great first part of the week, and keep the faith, my friends. Bye-bye.